All right, jump back into a Zwift Games. This one is stage 2 on Hudson Hustle in New York. Huge field, 194, 195 people. And it was hard and fast from the start. So here, just right at the gate, there's not a lot of big hills in this one, but it is really rolly. We have, I guess, about a 700 or 800 meter climb up on the glass roads, a few kilometers in. So here it was the range down from the one I had done on stage 1. I think stage 1 I did 450 to 590. This one is 390 to 510, I believe. So it's just right about in the middle here. So expected to finish on mid pack, but I couldn't believe the guys who were riding on the front of this one, just able to sort of push this pace the whole time. At the end of the race, I looked at my power numbers. I was sitting at oh, about the same numbers as I'd done on Friday in the stage 1 in the supposedly higher range category. So this one was still pretty hard, even with some riders not ranked as high on the Zwift racing score. So here we are. Here's the climb up to the roads, the glass roads here. I didn't want to use the feather that I've got hidden there under my logo. I like to hold on to those till the very end. And given that the finishing sprint is uphill, I thought it might help me there if I manage to stick with this group um, up until the finish. Trying to get a little bit of rest in here in between the big climbs as much as I can, but still, like, I'm not able to really get down to a zone 2-ish number. There is this little slight roller again here, but even in between these, I'm still pushing. Same, still pushing 240, 250. Just staying in the group. Occasionally, I'll get under 200, but not very often. Even on this slightly downhill, still pushing pretty hard just to stay with the group. I find not sure if you guys find the same thing, but with a big group like this, when you've got a race with a pen of about 100 and like 100, over 100, but when we get sort of pushing 200, it doesn't allow for a lot of tactical racing or a lot of strategy. It becomes very much a fitness test. So using these as training rides is great, but it's not for the most interesting race. Now, the race I'd done Friday, I believe it was around 30 in the pen. I find the sweet spot is sort of that 30 to 60 range, because groups can form, and it doesn't get broken off. Like here, again, like it did get broken up, but the front group still has 70 in it. And I believe the 70 sticks together almost till the end. So it doesn't really allow for a lot of nuanced racing. It's just hammering the pedals as hard as you can, which is fine. And these have been great workouts for me. They've really pushed me to really work on my endurance for other races that I'm going to be doing, like the ladder racing and the coalition championships coming up. But yeah, in terms of thinking about strategy, there's no thinking about strategy. It's just, okay, stay with this group, pedal as hard as I can, super high heart rate the whole race. So here we are back. Not sure where these glass roads are supposed to be. I don't know if this is Times Square glass roads. I'm not sure, but managed to stay with the group. Slight uphills here. I'm feeling like I should be able to, at this point, stay with the group the whole time, unless someone really goes hard on the escalator coming out of that second trip down to the subway. But as you can see here, like even on the flats, it's still hard pushing like the 240, 250 almost consistently. Very rarely going under that 200-watt range, where getting under there gives me a little bit more recovery, lets me rest the legs. My legs were not in great shape when it came down to the finish, but just again wanting to stick with this group, not wanting to drop before the finish was my goal here. I know that realistically, a top 20 finish would be great for me. Top 10 would be fantastic, but feeling how I was feeling here and sort of the heart rate being high throughout the whole race, I was not incredibly optimistic about a strong finish here. But managing to stay in the front group here, coming up this last escalator, I think this is the longest one. So I will pedal hard for the first half, and then sort of shift down as I'm doing it. And then it with that boost kicks in at about halfway up. it helps me get through those without having to do the whole escalator at a really high power rate. Now we're coming back. I believe we're back in the Central Park area of New York. Under 2 kilometers to go. There are some people who are flying off the front, really pushing hard. Um, Optimistic, I guess, that they would stay off the front, but maybe they have the power to do it. And it's really stretching things out, really hurting my legs, not leaving not leaving a lot in the tank for the sprint. We're gonna come around the corner here, quick downhill, and then up towards the sprint. I drop my feather and push as hard as I can. I start in the 50s. I'm able to pass a bunch of people and finish mid 30s, which I guess mid pack for that front group, which is pretty good given the pace of the race. Again, great work for my fitness, but not the most fun race. Let me know what you guys think. Is it just me, or are smaller pens a bit more fun? Here's the quick shot of the results here. You can see I was predicted 68th. Zwift Racing app had me predicted higher, but I think they were predicting a more of a typical sprint stage. But if you look at the normalized power versus power, there wasn't really a big difference for most of the riders, so it didn't really race like a normal stage. So that's why the two predictions are so different. One predicted me 15th and the other 68th. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you again at the next one.